All right, so I don't know how many of you have seen this photo before on the internet. It's one of those things that even like non-wrestling fans will send me when they see it on Facebook. It's this photo right here of a sign. It says wrestling and gospel sing, and a lot of people text me, Adam, please tell me you're working this. Well, many of us have seen that photo getting passed around. Who knows the origin of it? Sometimes it says, show me you're in Tennessee or only in Tennessee or something like that. But you know what? It's actually happening here in Appalachia. Gary Damron, the promoter of ASW, is combining his love for gospel music and pro wrestling on an upcoming show. I'm going to talk to you about that here on the channel in just a little bit. Also, fall indie preview for you. A lot of signings and a lot of cool wrestling shows coming up in the month of September. And AEW just announced today, actually, its return to West Virginia. So I'm going to touch on that as well. And the German Fest is every year around this time in Dayton. And I was able to hit up a couple toy shops while visiting German Fest in Dayton this week. Also caught Pro Wrestling Revolver and was able to take in an afternoon wrestling show, which is always a nice thing. So, welcome back to the channel. My name's Adam. I'm a ring announcer and a wrestling fan and a budget collector here in the mountain state of West Virginia. Thanks to all the new subscribers. Had some great comments on my video about WWE Unreal and my preview of that. Thanks to everybody who left a comment. My boy Adam Vickers left a comment there talking about Wrestling with Shadows, which I meant to mention. My copy is sitting right here, and I didn't even mention that on the show. I meant to, though, because of course that was one of the main kayfabe breaking early moments for us wrestling fans of a certain era. Maybe I'll do a video on Unreal. I feel like there's a lot of opinions out there already. I'm not trying to dilute the internet. My goodness, another white person talking about wrestling on their YouTube channel. It was a busy month. Last month, July, I think I did, let's see, we did Sternwell Slamboree, which was a huge success. There's cool video up on the ACW channel. I'll link to that in the description below. Did 2 nights at the Putnam County Fair. And then we had one more B-Dubs show down in Beckley. And then earlier this month in August, I closed out B-Dubs season with my friends at the Guarantee at the Cross Lanes B-Dubs. So we had 4 B-Dubs shows this season. Always a good time. I could go on forever about why I love those Appalachian Championship Wrestling B-Dub shows and the fair shows too. But one story I wanted to tell you was about a guy and who brought his nephew to the final show of B-Dub's season up in Cross Lanes. But they were at the Putnam County Fair, and it was like I asked him, "Is this your first time?" He said, "No, we were at the fair show." He said, "We saw Josh Bishop in a hardcore match at the fair, and then we turned on Slammiversary a few nights later, and there he was on TNA, and they were stoked about that." And it was really great because I got to tell the audience that story and say, "Hey, listen, the stars that you're seeing here in Appalachian Championship Wrestling are the stars of the future. You're not only supporting the present of independent wrestling, it's the future as well." And I was able to tell the fans that you never know who you're seeing on this card that's going to be wrestling on Monday nights, Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, maybe Thursday nights, who knows, even Friday or Saturday nights. And the truth is, one person from that show itself, Emily Rose, rode up to Roanoke, Virginia, and was appearing on Collision the very next week. So, right there, another success story. Congrats to Emily Rose. Had a rough bout with Megan Bain on Collision, but man, it was all over my Facebook feed. Whenever one of our locals does well, makes it onto the national scene, everybody around here is so happy, so proud, and we can say we knew him when. Emily Rose probably has a great future in front of her. She's had an exciting summer feuding with Betty D the last couple years, and that's a match we're probably going to see a lot more in the coming months and years, probably from ACW. So, congrats to Emily Rose. More independent wrestling is coming up. I mentioned Gary Damron combining wrestling and a gospel concert, and only ASW could present Wrestling for the Kingdom on Friday, September 5th at the Madison Civic Center. George South is going to be there, as well as Lodi, the legend of WCW. Chance Prophet's going to be there and also signing. I don't know what gospel hymn he sings out of, but Tatanka, the Native American, is going to be the special guest of honor September the 5th. Also on the 5th, ACW heads over to Ashland, Kentucky for First Friday Fights, a free show in Ashland, Kentucky. Also in September, presented by Time Warp at the Ashland Mall and ACW at the Ashland Mall, Saturday, September 13th, a special signing from DX member, NWO member, X-Pac, and this is a huge deal. Waltman has not appeared very many times in this area. He's got to be one of the priciest of all the legends that are still around making the scenes today. So that's one I'm going to have to try to take advantage of September the 13th in Ashland, thanks to Time Warp. Friday, September 19th, the return of Slam Plaza from Regatta Pro Wrestling. That's Friday, September the 19th, free outdoor show. This one's in the evening, 6 p.m. bell time. We've already got our main event. Troy Parker. It's a new era for Regatta Pro Wrestling. Our new champ, Troy Parker, walked away from the Sternwell Slamboree, but he has a awful tough first bout when he faces Robert Martyr. This guy is making noise on the indie scene, has done a tour of Japan, two tours, I think, just returned from Japan, had a successful little stint with Pro Wrestling Noah, and he's all the buzz on the indie scene right now. And he's coming to Charleston, West Virginia for what I believe is the first time to take on Troy Parker at Slam Plaza 4. Saturday, September the 20th, I talked about it in my toy pickup video where I found the Carlito Legends figure because he's coming Saturday, September the 20th to the Mercer County Mall. Thanks to Premier Wrestling League, they're coming to the Mercer Mall. There is going to be a wrestling show and a special meet and greet with Carlito. So you'll see the flyer here on the page. September the 27th, ACW heads to Dayton, Ohio for Sports Fest. This is going to be an autograph and meet and greet photo opportunity for a lot of sports. There's some big time sports people on this flyer, including some sports ball individuals that many of you may know, but also the Rock and Roll Express. The Powers of Pain are going to be there. The Godfather back in the house, Heath and Rhino, and of course, Real One, Enzo Amore, not to be missed. Whenever Enzo is in your town, man, you should take them up on it. Go see Enzo if he's ever coming to your town. He is not to be missed, and you will always remember the legend on the microphone that is Enzo. I picked up some toys. I was able to go to Dayton, Ohio for the German Fest, went by Route 68 Toy Mall and also Route 68 Vintage Toys. And I'm going to show you what I picked up here at the tail end of this video. But one more thing just announced today as I'm taping this that AEW is returning to West Virginia, this time at the Marshall Health Arena. That's the arena in Huntington, West Virginia. They just announced Collision is going to be there Saturday, September the 27th. I guess a live broadcast of AEW Collision. Ricochet is on the image for the ticket announcement, as well as Julia Hart and Tekla, the Toxic Spider. So far, that's all we know. The on sale dates are in the graphic as well. I don't know if I'm going to be able to check that one out or not. I'm going to have to work the next day. I've already said I can't make it to ACW in Dayton that week, but there's going to be AEW returning to West Virginia. They've been good to us. 3 episodes of Dynamite since its inception have come to us from the Charleston Coliseum. This time they're making their way over to Huntington, just down the road here. So AEW coming back. All right, just got to go back to Route 68 Vintage Toys and Route 68 Toy Mall. They're right there in Xenia, Ohio. It's outside of Dayton. A real quick trip over from Dayton. This is my second time going there, and they also are the producers of the Great Ohio Toy Show, which my friends and I, Matt and Jeff, we went to last year for the first time, and we're planning to go again this year. I already put my money down for the Friday night VIP preview event, so we're going back this year. But so friendly, Danielle and everyone at the Route 68 Toy Mall, so cool. And I did walk away with a couple things from over in the Toy Mall area, one of the which I kind of went Ghostbusters heavy. That's why I wore the shirt today. Turns out it was on this date, as I'm taping this, that Ray Parker Jr. topped the charts with his Ghostbusters theme song. But this brought back some memories. The official Ghostbusters training manual. See if I can get it in photo. Here we go. The official Ghostbusters training manual, a guide to catching ghosts. There's no stickers in this. It said so on the price tag. Let's open it up, though. Take a look inside, man. I know I had this as a kid. It was probably available at like the book fair, one of those things they get you to get your parents to give you too much money for, and they charge too much for it. A guide to catching ghosts. Check this out. See if we can do this. And wow. Really bringing back some memories, this one, man. So let's get the sticker here. Back off, man. I'm a scientist. That's excellent. Might have to look for those. Yeah, this has the stickers in some of them. There's Slimer hanging out there at the bottom of the page. Man, lesson number three, proton pack. Who you gonna call? Lesson five, the ecto containment unit. This is so cool. Lesson six, Ghostbuster courage. Lesson 10, graduation day. I'm an official Ghostbuster. Check that out, man. Know I had this as a kid, and they would have sold anything to us kids back in that day. If it had Ghostbusters on it, we were signing up. And this was another one. This was actually at the toy mall last year. And I thought about it every day since I left, basically, because I thought, man, that was a pretty good price. And that was an item I hadn't seen before. I don't think I've seen it since, actually. And definitely one I had as a kid. Memories kept flooding back as soon as I looked at it. And I said to myself, if it's still there this year, I think I have to take it home. I think I have to take it home. So here it was, only 25 bucks, the Ghostbusters gumball machine. How cool. Man, I had some memories of this. My mom would buy me more gumballs to put in there, and you put your coin in there, and then a gumball would come rolling out right there. And then the thing I forgot about it, and this is so toyetic, it's got like a key down here in the bottom. So in order to be able to fill, it's got this key. And so if you need to be able to fill up your gumballs, you have to be able to unlock the base. And it might be a little sticky. I don't know if it's been unlocked recently. I'm not going to try to break this key, but how toyetic is that? How cool is that? As a kid, you'd be like, man, I got to replace my gumballs. Better get the secret key out of the bottom of the Ghostbusters gumball machine. But since that was marked down, I told the guy, yeah, that was here last year. And it just happened to be one of the guys working the antique toy mall. That was his booth. He said, this is the best booth. Buy anything you want out of there. And I said, oh, that's interesting. I had my eye on that since last year. And I noticed it's still here. And so then I noticed right next to it something that wasn't there last year. And I got chills just kind of looking at it because, man, He-Man was first for me, and then Ghostbusters was right after that. And I was obsessed with Ghostbusters. My folks were always so good about getting me the toys, the action play sets. I had the proton pack and I had the trap, but one of the must-have devices was, of course, the PKE meter. And they had this one at the toy mall in great shape. I even asked the guy, is that pretty good condition on that? And he said, yeah, stickers usually missing. This one has the full antenna. Look at this bad boy. Ooh, PKE meter is going wild. And it even has the, we'll see if that comes through on the, boy, your parents must have loved that as a kid. But man, just holding this in my hands as an adult takes me back to my days when busting made me feel good. And I'm so glad I walked home with this. This is going to go on my shelf down in the living room, I think. I have a few Ghostbusters toys from back in the day. I still have my original Slimer. I still have my original stuffed plush Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from when I was a kid. And so who knows? I'm not going to go too deep into the Ghostbusters toys, but I say that now, but the feeling I got when he handed this out of the booth and handed it over to me, it's like, man, what a steal. What a steal. This is the cost of time travel? It's a bargain at twice the price. So there you have it. My pickups from Dayton. Thanks again for watching the channel. Let me know if you'd like to see anything else here. Thanks for leaving a comment. Appreciate you guys watching along. Would love to see you next time, and I hope to see you at the matches.